Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild and today I'm messing up big time. Today is not my time recording. I have the feeling it's not a good day for that. I worked more on the big rig on the crawler here. You can see that the arm is done. It's it's working, sometimes not as I would like it to work, but we are able to gather resources with it. Let me show you how that works. Another German that always says, "Let me show you its features." I don't know if you know him. Maybe some of you know him, but you can see that we can turn this thing around now, and I figured at least a bit out how the whole thing works. It's weird and I don't completely get it, but you can see that it's it's so weird. It's so weird how the control scheme of this thing works now. So I have the controls for this movement on W and S. This is my usual flying up and down motion, so going up, going down, down, up. And this is mouse control. So the bottom rotor there is mouse control. The other rotors react to to movement inputs. You can see that if I use this rotor, the others react to it. It might be that it tries to keep the drill in its space, so it tries to hold this in a certain space in the. It's so hard to say that, but in a certain area where I have parked it, basically. And then all the other rotors accommodate to that. But again, you can also at least put a bit of input into that, and everything else works too. So it's a thing you have to get used to, but you can see, and that's, by the way, you can see that I already showed you this, but oh no, I don't want to do this. The last recording, I don't want to have that anymore. So we can now drill out surface deposits, or we can go the for the stones that are lying on the surface. Other stuff, I think we can't get so deep that we can really get to deposits like the magnesium there that is so yeah, far below the surface. I'm not sure if we let us make a test if we can get to this, but I have to try to not drill out the okay, this is this movement. See, I still have to get used to how the whole thing steers. Hello? Is there something down there? No. Okay. This is this movement. I need to go a bit up at least. Yeah. That will take a while. I only drilled out one surface rock. This rock took a while to drill out because it's a thing I'm not used to. Oh, is there something? There is something, but this might be stone. So let us. And I can't reach that. I can't reach that. Or this, then go down, maybe? Are we harvesting silicon? Let us take a look. We did! That's neat. That's neat. We really got silicon. So we can go a bit deeper and then start to drill out things, but it's not perfect. Maybe in the future we can build a better one. I will keep on working with this because I think this is a really neat idea, having the ability to basically have an excavator arm that you can just use to drill out and get resources with. We with the built-in repair system, we kind of cheap out on things like having welder arms or grinder arms or something like that. But that's also theoretically a possibility that we could build a grinder that we can use to bring in materials. But again, it's not something that we would really need. I will bring this back into parking position now. One thing we need to do is build a refinery on this thing, and for now I want to build the refinery somewhere in the front part. Later I might move it back to the trailer part, because the trailer should be holding all the utilities and the front part should have all energy production or everything that's needed for steering. By the way, other things I've done is worked a bit on the roof. There's the weird clicking noise of the built-in repair system again. It can't build the bulletproof glass for this. I wanted to bring it from orbit, but I forgot it. So that's good that we found silicon. Now we can now we can just build the bulletproof glass if we refine the silicon. I've also set up the ISIS solar alignment script. Another thing, or a thing I want to do, is maybe cover up the backside of the solar array so that I can see if it turns this side should be the front. And I wanted to, don't know, maybe spin around. That would be nice. I'm not sure if I can control it in any way and say, okay, this is the front of the solar part. It would be nice if it would point this side of the slope towards the sun, but hey, that's okay. I can absolutely live with that. I could turn it around by hand. Everything's fine right now. Let us set up the refinery. Good. Arm works. I might beautify the arm a bit, so give it a bit more of a nice look. At the moment it looks just bare with all the conveyors exposed. Okay, now I forgot what I wanted to say. I said hopefully I said that the refinery, I want to not have upgrade modules on the refinery. The upgrade modules are not cheap power-wise, and I think I will stay away from them for now, because that's come on. Come on. Okay, build it here. And again, this is for now a temporary space for it. I want to, again, in the end, move it to maybe the trailer. That should be a lot neater And here it at the moment is a bit in the way, but I need it now. I need something to refine the resources for us that we might get by mining stones, that we hopefully can get again. Now that I see that surface mining is possible, we could also go for a bit of surface mining. Not that this brought us in a whole lot of stuff, and we still can work on this. We could still make it longer. And one thing that I thought that we could do, and I'm not sure if that's possible with the script. We tried it, or I tried it, that the script controls some pistons in here, but that didn't work out all too well. So the pistons then moved at times when I don't want them to move. And what I think is maybe put just some pistons in and have them move out when I want on a button press or something like that. Maybe I can change. I will see again more into this MRMOS. I really like the idea of that, and maybe in the end I can get a lot more or a lot better with it. That would be neat. But we have to make upgrades with that, and pistons having the ability to make the whole thing longer when we really need it would be nice. So I'm not sure if it's possible to set it up and say, okay, we have an arm that is this and this long, and I'm not sure if that works. Maybe set it up, the whole thing, set the whole thing up for an arm that is longer, but that's made longer by pistons. So we rotate the thing out, make it longer. That's the length the whole MRMOS is set up for. Then we can work with it, and then when we want to store it away again, we just pull the pistons in, rotate it in, and then that might work. Then we could also maybe add another drill to it, one or two, move the thing a bit more to the inside. That's all stuff I want to maybe take a look in. But for now, I'm happy that it works the way it works, because again, I already collected some resources with it, and that is a good point for this thing. I don't have to at the moment build a flying resource harvester or something like that. That would be neat. My uranium, the amounts of uranium I have is pretty low, and so I shouldn't. Yeah, I could set up batteries, but the amount of power cells I've down here is also not too high. So it's all neat if we can do it from the big rig and not have to do it by adding more machines. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that. I would like the big rig to be able to do everything here. So have the arm to then be able to gather the resources that we need. Don't have to fly out with the miner. The only thing that I might want to have is, and the thing is, the drone that came in, the robber fly or however it's called, that's pretty neat, because it gave us the ability to scout the area, to go in and scout the area, and if needed, then bring the big rig to there. That is kind of how it should work. Another thing that we could do is maybe set up a really small drone with an ore detector and let that fly out. I'm not sure. One thing I didn't mention, or I mentioned in the first recording I did today, is I have now one of these microphone arms. You have to tell me how the sound is, by the way. The microphone arm sits a bit, just a few centimeters more away from my face. And so you will have to let me know if there's any sound issues. Okay, nickel, uranium. Okay, I spoke too soon about we don't have enough uranium, but it seems we have a lot of uranium for now. But it's only 5. That's not too much. But the main thing I want to refine is silicon at the moment, because then I can start to build bulletproof glass. That close this off. One of the next things I want to set up is a system for oxygen. So we need an array with oxygen farms, maybe on the trailer, and maybe put down some oxygen tanks so that we can pressurize the cabin without using ice for that. That is the thing. We need the ice for hydrogen fuel, and if we can get around using ice for oxygen, that would be nice. Okay, where would I set that up? So the refinery, I have to move the landing platform. I have to move it. This thing needs to go somewhere else. I can remove the projector again, and then we will have to... Okay, then we will have to remove this thing and put it somewhere else, and remove or move the landing platform, maybe to a higher space, a bit off to the side, so it's not so in the way of the arm. That would be good. Yeah, the whole layout here needs to change a bit. But the connection we can't remove, so this needs to stay. We need to build this up a bit more. Put in an airlock, maybe some more glass if we can. We have some hang-ups sometimes. I have the problem that the game at the moment runs with low CPU usage, low GPU usage, because I've turned down the graphics a bit, and I also... The game is slow. The simulation speed of the game is really, really slow, and it just doesn't take more CPU to bring that up. I know it sometimes doesn't work that way, but it don't know. It goes to 30% CPU usage and to, at the moment, around 35% GPU usage, and still runs awful. Yeah, Space Engineers, you hot garbled mess of a game sometimes. So powerful PC, it's the same problem that you always have with Space Engineers. You have a powerful PC and the game doesn't do what you think it should do. Let me take another look. 2, 4, okay, let me produce some bulletproof glass. I hope I don't need anything else for that. Control production. Bulletproof glass. A steel plate. What? Okay, we just need... Yeah, we just need silicon. That's good. You work on that, so that you can finish the glass roof. And I can then work more on making this, again, make this whole thing a bit nicer and maybe make it airtight. The next patch that comes out seems to be a patch that works on the airtightness system that could free up some resources on the computer. Or I talked about that Space Engineers isn't using all the resources it could get, and now I'm talking about freeing up resources. That's not how that works, but it might make the game run a bit smoother with airtightness. That's one thing I really hope for the mothership in orbit, because this thing is completely airtight now, and that could lead to problems. I'm not sure. And again, I want to airtighten this thing here too. Hope that the new patch again does something there for us. And if it comes out, I hope that it comes out relatively sooner than later. People, yeah, the work here is not done yet. I'm starting to get a bit into the problem. What else do we need on here? And again, it's not that I need thrusters on this thing or anything. What is needed for the big rig to give us more options in the future? I'm not sure yet. That's one thing we will need to find out. We might have to integrate some guns at some point. Again, I not only want to grab the normal crashed ships, I would like to at one point also be able to attack the pirate bases. So that would be neat if we could figure that out somehow, without maybe having too much damage done on the whole rig. Okay, rover window. What are you missing? Maybe you're also missing girders. Yes. Okay. Another thing that was missing. Good. That's I by the way, I really like I made this bigger. I only had the front here. That's why this is just a one by one row. And then I made it bigger because I really like it. Having light down here without having to set up too many interior lights is pretty nice. Good. People, but I think I will end the episode here. This is more of an update. In the next few days we will work more on the arm and work out how the trailer should maybe work a bit more on the layout of the trailer in the end. Okay, people, I would say thanks for watching. Hope you liked the episode. If you did, then please leave a like on it, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya, guys.